on the 19th of December, 2022, and I got the kids some early Christmas presents just so they don't got to wait so long. You want to show yours, Maddie? Why don't you press the button and show them how it works? Just hold it though. Listen to the power on that little motor. Now, what happens with that little plane is, we had it outside, but it's raining now, and it's a little bit too windy for these things. But motor runs for 20 seconds. It's a high-performance motor, and you just let them go. You don't even got to throw them. You just sort of let them go, and these things take off. They fly. They fly pretty good. And but right now the wind's blowing them all over the place into the grass and stuff. So we're kind of holding off a little bit until we get less drizzly. But they're pretty cool little planes. They were cheap, and just so they can get outside and have something cool. So that was that. But the other thing that happened today, I was talking to my one buddy, and he got booted from Twitter, and I just had some thoughts on this. There's no such thing as free speech on any of these platforms, guys. There's just not. Because look at mine. Mine gets thrown down in the feed, even here on YouTube. They screw with the numbers all the time because I speak my mind. But this Musk dude, he's doing this stuff on Twitter, and it's just his brand of free speech. It's no different than the other guys. Is his a little bit more liberal than the other guys? Yeah, he's letting a few more people, but it's his brand of free speech. He's a known socialist from his own mouth. So don't buy into this stuff. Free speech is let's say that group that's 3Ks. Okay, let's say, I have to speak in quatrains, guys. Sorry about that. But that group, if they want to spew their stuff, they should be allowed to put it on there. If somebody wants to talk about whatever, there should be none. You can choose not to look at it if you don't want. But when they get up there and say you can't see this or you can't see that, that's not free speech, guys. It's got nothing to do with free speech. It's approved speech. And that's what they do on all these platforms. There's an approved speech. It's just like this thing that they put in there. There's so many people coming out, doctors and stuff, but it's not the approved doctors. Some stuff is coming out now, but I put stuff up and immediately they put something over it, where it's false information. They're saying it's false information. Who says? Who says it's false information? They do, because they're controlling it. It's just like this bite hole. That's two people, by the way, a bite and the hole. Look what they're doing with the money. We've got people in the United States that are hurting right now. But what do? They're just stealing all that money. They can't raise the taxes now, so they just inflate the money, this fiat currency, and then boom, they send it over to the laundromat, comes back squeaky clean. And why wasn't that some of that money spent on, people in their own country? Billions of dollars could go a long way to helping a lot of people out. But the government, guys, don't get it through your head. They could care less about you. I've never seen a government that does, that cares about their people. Once they get in power, they care about themselves. They had good people. Lincoln wanted to go to the greenback. Boom, he's done. Kennedy, they were just going to release some information on Kennedy, right? Well, CIA came in and said, no, you can't. So what does that say? Whose hand was in that pie? They don't want you seeing that. So that's not free speech. They're hiding that stuff. Who do you think took care of that guy? He wanted to get rid of the fiat currency, go to a gold back. Boom, he's gone. I know Trump talked about it. I think his advisors said don't do it, and look what happened. I would love to talk about what I feel about that last election, and even the one that just happened. The last 4-year one, and then the one that happened, this one just November. But I can't speak my mind on it here because they're going to shut it off and ban me for a certain amount of time. No free speech, guys. But you just need to use a little common sense on this stuff. And look for yourself. I hate the idea, like the schools. If you send your kids, they're just teaching them to be little worker ants. That's all they're teaching them right now. And they're coming up with all this weird stuff. I can't talk too much about that because they'll kick me off for that too. But I always said a long time ago, you got these dudes that got the wig on and all this makeup going into schools for story time. Well, I put it at the end of one of my videos before. They kicked the wrong guy out of school. When they kicked JC out of school, that was the biggest mistake. That was the start of the downfall. Anytime you look away from JC, and I'm just saying that so they don't flag me. No disrespect, because I'm a firm believer. Anytime you boot him out, he's okay, and let you to your own devices. And who's the king of this world? Satan, guys. It's just the way it is. But it's a real shame what's going on. I sit back and watch. We have no free speech. They're purposely, it's a steamroller that's been happening to the country, these global elites, and they're Dr. Evils. There's a huge handful of these people that got all kinds of money. They've been stealing money from everybody for a long time. You look at that, can't think of his name right now. I get these brain farts when I want to talk about something. I'll forget, and I'll think about it when I'm done. But the dude with the electronics in the 20s and stuff, and when he passed away, he had a big machine that could get the electricity from air. And there's all these inventions that they hide because they don't want you to have them. They can't put a meter on it. Okay, they want you to pay for everything, and there's technologies that can make stuff free. They don't want that. With all the money they sent over to Eastern Europe, they could have paid off everybody in the country's debts and gave everyone a clean start. They're not going to do that. Do they care about you? No. I honestly have never seen any government in my limited time on this earth, and looking at history too, that has cared about their own people. You go ahead and look at what they teach them in the schools. I was just having a conversation with the doc about the kids in school and what they teach them. You need to teach them history. That's real important. You need to teach them math. What are they doing in China? Well, of course, they're not teaching them history. They want them to follow the CCP, but they're pushing math. You look at TikTok. All the crap we see on TikTok here are these freaks. And what are they teaching over? What are they having on TikTok in China? They're having good stuff, teaching them how to do stuff. So these kids learn this, because that's influencing these kids. And then you look at a lot of these Western kids that are like freaked out. They want to be a girl or a boy. Personally, myself, if a parent starts giving a kid hormones when they're 6 or 7, they're not even allowed to drink till they're 18, guys, because they can't make right decisions. So that's child abuse, and parents pushing them into this, okay? You leave kids alone. Yeah, are there some little boys that like to play with dolls? Sure, absolutely. Let them go. It's a phase. You don't push them into that direction just because they picked up a doll, or a little girl, a tomboy that plays with the truck or something. You don't push them into changing into that. You let the time go by, and they'll, kids are pretty smart. They'll make the right decision in the end if you guide them, not if you push them into some of this bull crap that they're pushing on everybody. And that, personally, I believe it's satanic, guys. But I'm going to go ahead and let you go before Christmas. I want to do I started up a Rumble channel, but I can't find. If anybody knows, maybe you can help me out. I only have a phone. I don't have a computer. But I can't load anything on the Rumble. I cannot load any, what do you call it, videos up to it. I can't find a button that works. I'd like to. I know I had BitChute, and somebody told me I can't load the BitChute unless I got WhatsApp, and I got to have a computer and all this stuff, so I can't have my videos going straight over there. And I was going to do Rumble, and I can't load it, so somebody said I may need a computer for that. So I know Paulie Detmerz, he loads, but he says he does it on his computer. So I'm not. Anybody who knows if I can do it through the phone, let me know, because I want to start doing. I'm going to separate my stuff. I'm going to do certain stuff here, and on our big plan we got coming up, I'm going to do it here, and then if I want to talk about anything political and get some information out, I'll try Rumble. I have seen some channels on there where they really get out and speak their mind, and nobody's doing anything about it, But I have seen comments removed. But that should be up to the person who's making the video, not some algorithm, So that's the way that goes. Like I said, though, I'm going to let you go. Don't forget to pray for each other. And this is... Thank you, buddy.
get the vibe right. Don't feel like having a Bud Light. How's tequila with some salt and lime? Oh my, am I alright? Thanks for asking, doing just fine. Can I say that you're looking real nice? We'll have to chat right now before I get